All right, and then just, we'll start in child's pose. So on your mat, just come into child's pose. And you can take child's pose with your knees wide, you can bring them together. And just begin to notice your breath. Begin to deepen your breath. On your next exhale, go ahead and open your mouth, let out a sigh. And then you'll inhale through the nose. Exhale, close the lips, exhaling through the nose. And do your best to stay with your inhale and exhale coming through the nose, filling up the lungs all the way as you breathe in, let your rib cage expand. Your exhale, there's a slight softening of the belly. Inhale, you fill up all the way, all parts of the chest expand, the ribs expand. Exhale, allow your chest to soften towards the floor. Maybe even taking a little bend in the elbows to help stretch across the shoulders and the chest. On your next inhale, work your way forward into a tabletop position. We'll take some hip circles towards the right. So shifting your weight forward and then over to the right, back towards your heels, making it over to the left and back to the front. So nice big hip circles here. Pausing anywhere that you might want a little bit deeper of a stretch, or if you feel any kind of pops, just be mindful and switch directions over to the left. And find your neutral tabletop, hands right underneath of your shoulders. Have a little bit of a bend in your elbows. Gaze is a few inches in front of your mat so that your neck can be long. And on your inhale, drop your belly, arching your back to look up. Exhale, push into the mat, tuck your chin to your chest, round out your spine. Inhale, drop the belly, look up, cow pose. Exhale, push into the floor, chin to chest. Go for 3 more rounds, inhaling as you look up, exhaling as you round out the spine. Take your final round of cow pose and cat pose. Work your way back to a neutral spine. Keep your left hand planted, move it to the center of your mat. Inhale, reach your right fingertips up. You're gonna exhale, sweep the right arm through, but don't drop down, just hover. And then inhale, come back up, open up the chest. Exhale, sweep it through again, hovering the right shoulder above the ground. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, sweep through, fingertips reach to the left side of the mat. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, sweep through to rest the shoulder down so you're threading the needle here. And you have the option to either leave your left palm underneath the left elbow or reach the left fingertips forward, straightening out the arm. Be mindful of the shoulder that's on the ground. So the more you reach your right fingertips away from your body, the deeper a stretch you'll feel. And then begin to deepen your breath to elongate the left side of your torso. If your left fingertips were extended, go ahead and walk the hand underneath the elbow and come back up to tabletop. You'll switch sides, right hand centers, left fingertips reach up as you inhale. Exhale, sweep through to hover the shoulder above the ground. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, guide the fingertips under. Inhale, come up. Remember to leave that micro bend in the elbow. Sweep through as you exhale. Last one, inhale to reach up. Big breath in. Exhale, you'll reach through to thread the needle. Drop onto the left shoulder. And if you'd like, reach the right fingertips towards the top of your mat. Draw the navel in towards your spine to engage your lower abs. And breathe nice and deep. Get that good stretch through the right side of your body. Bring your right hand underneath of the elbow to come back up, pushing up into tabletop. So hands are right underneath of the shoulders. Make sure the knees are under your hips. You'll send your left leg back. Flex the toes so that the ball of your left foot is on the ground, and you can push through the foot to stretch through the back line of your leg. So stretching through the calf here. And then lift the left toes up off of the ground. Straighten line with your spine. Find that long neck, and you'll reach your right fingertips forward. Take a big breath in. Exhale, curl in, elbow to knee, round your spine. Inhale to lengthen, squeeze the thigh. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, reach front to back. Exhale, curl it in. One more time, inhale to extend. This time, curl in and hold it for 3. Push through the left hand, 2, and release to tabletop. And then just flip your left palm, come onto the back of the left hand so that the fingertips point towards you, just on the left hand. Take a breath in. On your exhale, return the fingertips to normal. You'll switch sides, come onto the back of the right hand. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And return your right hand back to normal. You'll send your right leg back. Leave the ball of the foot on the ground and push through the ball of the foot to stretch through the back line of your right leg. Pull the belly in, engage the core. And then shift your weight back forward slightly so that you can lift your right leg up above the ground, squeezing the right thigh. Extend your left fingertip straight forward, bicep as close to the ear as you can get it. Inhale. Exhale, curl in, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend, flex the right foot. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, lengthen, big breath. Exhale, pull it in, chin to chest. One more time, inhale, find length. Exhale, curl into hold for 3, 2, and 1. Release to tabletop. Sit back, towards the heels. Just come off the wrists, roll out the wrists a little bit. Take a nice big breath in. And exhale, you'll come forward and into your downward facing dog. So tucking the toes under, send your hips high. Gaze is at your upper thighs. And here, if it feels good, go ahead and walk out the dog, bending one knee as you keep the other straight. Stay conscious of your breath. So inhaling through the nose, exhale through the nose. Try to even out your inhale and your exhale. And find stillness in your legs. You'll walk your hands towards your feet. Controlled movement to a forward fold. So bend your knees a little bit, catch opposite elbows, and drop your head down. If it feels good to take a sway side to side, you can do that. Just really focus on letting your head and neck be heavy. Release some of that tension. You'll release your fingertips to the ground. Take your right hand to the outside of your left ankle and reach your left fingertips up. So a twist here in your forward fold. Draw the belly in. Use your right hand on your left ankle to really create a little bit of tension, to twist deeper. Take another breath in. You'll exhale, go to the other side. So left hand to right ankle, right fingertips reach up. Make sure you draw the belly button towards your spine, protect your low back. Relax your jaw. Take another breath in. Exhale, release to a forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale and pause in your halfway lift. Take another breath in. Exhale, drop your head. Inhale, you're gonna walk your hands forward, come into a high plank. Exhale and hold your high plank. Good, so just take a breath in and a breath out. Squeeze your thighs, really push back through the balls of your feet. You'll take one more inhale. On your exhale, go to a low plank. You can always drop to the belly. And then inhale to up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll over the toes. Lift your hips high. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Send your left leg straight up to the sky, and you're gonna bend your left knee, open the left hip up. So three-legged dog. Keep reaching that top knee towards the sky to stretch through the hip. You'll straighten out the left leg, turn the toes so that they point straight towards the ground. Inhale. Exhale, you'll curl your nose and knee together. Shifting forward. Inhale, straighten it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, curl in, knee to nose. One more time, inhale, straighten it back. Exhale, curl in. And then right to a high plank. Inhale. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Use your core to move your hips towards the sky. Good. Send your right leg up into the air. Bend your right knee and open the hip up. Do your best to keep your shoulders straight towards the ground. And then you'll inhale, straighten out the right leg. Exhale, curl in, knee to nose. Inhale, straighten it up and back. Exhale, curl it in. One more time, inhale, straighten it back. Exhale, curl it in to your high plank. Take a breath in. Low plank, exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop onto the knees for a child's pose. Closed knee child's pose, let's do. So bring your knees together, reach your hands back towards the heels, and drop the head towards the floor. Take 3 breaths here. And you'll come up through to a tabletop, and we're gonna come into a side plank. So we'll start on the left side. So have your left hand down. You can either have your left knee on the ground or both legs straight out to the side. Reach your right fingertips up. If your left knee is on the ground, try to lift the right leg. So a little bit more of a challenge here. If you have both legs straight, just stay where you are. Coming back to your breath, so just being mindful of the inhale through your nose, exhale through the nose, draw the belly in, and then lower your right leg. You'll come over and around to a high plank. Inhale in your high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then shifting forward into your high plank to come into side plank on the right side. So right hand centers, right knee is down, or you might have both legs straight. Gaze up at the left fingertips. And everybody leave a little micro bend in your right elbow, your bottom elbow. Take one more breath in. Exhale to high plank. Bring your hands under your shoulders. On your next exhale, lower down, low plank. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe it out. Take your gaze forward between your hands. You'll step your right foot forward and drop on to the back knee. Use your hands on the front thigh to sit up nice and tall. Shoulders stacked over your hips. So check in with your hips, especially the back hip. Notice if you feel any tightness there. If you feel a good stretch, just stay and breathe, allowing your breath to open up that area. If you want a little more stretch, begin to shift your weight forward, but pause. As soon as you begin to feel something, pause, breathe for a couple of breaths, see if the sensation passes, and then you can either continue to deepen the stretch or stay right where you are. If you've made your way far enough forward where it feels like you might want to put your fingertips on the ground, and that would be more comfortable, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, just lift it with the hands on your thigh. And then everybody begin to bring your fingertips towards the floor. You're going to straighten the back leg so the knee comes off the ground. And then your left hand will stay planted to twist, right fingertips reach up. Think about drawing your left hip back and your right hip back and your left hip forward. Soften the shoulders. Nice big breath in. Exhale, the right hand comes down, lower the back knee, and you'll straighten your front leg for a half split. So just begin by softening your chest towards the knee. Try and keep the shoulders soft. Begin to point the toes away from your body and then flex the toes towards your body. So stretching different muscles through the front leg. The next time you go to point the toe, go ahead and plant your whole foot, bend into your front knee, lunging forward. And then shift your weight back, coming into that half split. So we'll inhale as we go forward. Take your time. Exhale as you send it back. Draw the belly in, drop your forehead to the shin. Inhale, send it forward. Exhale, push it back. Do one more. Inhale to come forward. Exhale, send it back. Good, and then you're gonna pull that right leg through, coming into tabletop. Take a breath in, neutral spine. Exhale to downward facing dog. Lift the hips up high. Take your gaze forward to the front of your mat. Step your left foot between your hands and drop onto your back knee. Sit up nice and tall. Use your thigh as a prop here. And just begin to settle in. Use your breath. Taking note of how the back hip feels. If you feel a stretch here, stay. And again, just going through that same progression, deepening the stretch until you feel something. Breathe. And if it passes, feel free to continue to deepen the pose. Everybody take one more breath in. On your exhale, reach your hands towards the ground as you lift and straighten the back knee off the ground. Keep your right hand planted and twist up. Left fingertips reach. So your left hip is drawing back, right hip forward. Think of it like a corkscrew. Really push firmly through the ground with your planted hand and your planted foot. Another big breath in. Exhale, left hand comes down, drop onto the back knee, and straighten out the front leg, half split. So taking the first couple breaths just to get acquainted, find your hands in the right spot, begin to drop your head towards the leg, and then begin to point the toes away from you and flex the toes towards your face. Inhaling as you point. Exhale as you pull the toes back towards you. The next time you inhale to point, go ahead and plant the whole foot, bend to the front knee. And exhale, you'll shift your weight back, straighten the front leg. Inhale, full breath to bend into the front knee. Try to spread across the chest. Exhale, draw your weight back, straighten the leg. 2 more times. Last one, really think about lifting the chest. Exhale, lower the nose towards your knee. Pause here, take a breath in. And a breath out. Good, draw your left knee back, coming into your tabletop position. And we're gonna come back into that side plank on the right side, but on our forearm. So you're gonna have your forearm parallel with the front edge of your mat, elbow right underneath of your shoulder. And just start by, same thing, you can have that shin and the knee of the, of the right leg planted, left leg on the ground as you reach up, or you could have both legs straight, but the forearm is on the ground. Take a breath in. On your exhale, you're gonna sweep that left arm under the right side of the body, so twisting like a barrel roll. Inhale, you come up. Exhale, you're reaching under the body. Do 2 more. Remember, you can lower onto that bottom knee. Last one, inhale as you reach. Exhale as it comes under. And then lower the bottom hip all the way to the ground. You'll come up to seated and just make your way to the other side. The left forearm is on the ground. Start with that left shin on the ground. If you can see, hopefully you can, my hip is elevated from the mat. And then right arm is lifted. Inhale. Exhale, reaching under. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, you sweep through. 2 more times. Continue to pull the belly button in. Last one. And you'll lower the left hip to the ground and come all the way up through to seated. Just sitting here. It doesn't matter which foot is in front, right or left. Take your hands to your knees. On your inhale, open up through the heart. Gaze comes up. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, pull the heart through. Exhale, round it back. One more time, inhale, pull the heart through. Exhale, round it back. And we'll come into boat pose. So pull the knees together. You're gonna lift the toes up off the floor, either with bent knees or try to straighten the legs, but make sure the action's coming from your core, not your hip flexors. Keep spreading across your collarbones. Take 3 more breaths. You can always bend those knees if you need to. And then release the feet down, cross the ankles, and you'll come into your downward facing dog. So however you get there is fine. Once you're there, everybody take a breath in together. Exhale. Inhale, look forward and walk your feet to your hands. Exhale, drop your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale your arms to goalpost arms. Inhale, reach the arms back up, press your palms together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to step back to your high plank. If you can, use your exhale to lower down. Otherwise, just pause with a breath in. Making your way through to upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Take your gaze forward. Inhale, step or hop the feet to the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, the arms to goalpost arms, sink into chair pose. So the knees are bent, elbows are bent. Think about sending your weight back into your heels. Squeeze your glutes together. You're here for a couple of breaths, so see if you can even out your inhale with your exhale. Pull the belly button in. Exhale to release, forward fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, high plank to low. So using that exhale to go all the way to your low plank. Inhale to an upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your gaze forward, bring your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands or arms to goalpost arms. Keep the legs straight. And then you'll begin bending into your knees. You'll shift your weight into your left foot as you bring the right foot up and over for eagle legs. So right foot comes up and over, goalpost arms. From here, wrap your right arm under the left, bringing it into your full eagle pose. Unravel the legs, sweep the arms up, breathe in. Exhale, arms into goalpost arms. Bend into both knees. Shift your weight into your right foot as you bring the left foot up and over. So keep the arms and goalpost arms here. You should feel a sensation across the chest for strengthening the arms in this pose. Now wrap your left arm under the right. Either grabbing wrists, fingertips, whatever you can. Continue to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Your next inhale, unravel the legs, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Spread your feet about hips width distance. Just like we did earlier in class, bring your left hand to your right ankle. Reach the right fingertips up to twist open. If it doesn't feel good to have the arm extended, you can bring it to the nape of the neck or to the low back. To play around here, maybe you have a more comfortable variation for your body. Take another breath in. Exhale to switch sides, right hand to left ankle. Reach the left fingertips up and breathe for 3 breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhale through the nose. Inhale, exhale. 1 more breath in. Exhale, release to a forward fold. We're gonna work on crow pose. So we're just gonna start with the preparation of it. So hands will be planted. Bend your knees as much as you need to get the whole hand planted on the floor. From here, your gaze is forward, looking forward. That's really gonna help with your balance. You're gonna begin to shift your weight into your hands. And that's step 1. So you can pause there. Or begin to bring your left knee to your left tricep. So my left toes are going to be lifted off the ground. That's step 2. And then if that feels good, maybe set that foot down. Bring the right knee up towards the right tricep. Continue to breathe through your nose. settle the right foot down. And if that felt like you had a lot of strength and you want to give full pro a try, you're going to bring the left knee up, lifting the toes, keep shifting the weight forward, and maybe the right knee to the right tricep. And maybe you bring it, but the right toes don't come off the ground, that's fine. We're just working with our strength, and then set both feet down on the ground, take a forward fold, looping your peace fingers, the pointer and your middle finger around the big toe. Inhale, take a halfway lift to lengthen your spine. Exhale, drop your head, bend the elbows. And then if crow pose was something for you that we just did, that you were like, no way will I ever be able to do that, or you know, whatever thoughts you're having, it's a hard pose, it takes a lot of practice, and those steps of just shifting your weight forward and bringing one foot up at a time is a really good way to get the feel of that pose. And release your bind. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up, let your palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. You'll step your left foot back for a crescent lunge, high lunge. So keep the back heel lifted and work towards straightening your back leg. A lot of times we talk about a little bend in the back knee. Work on straightening it out as much as you can. Reach those arms out into goalpost arms. Maybe even send the elbows a little bit further back to really open across your chest. You'll wrap the right arm underneath of the left, eagle arms, and then begin to reach forward. Chest comes over the thigh, and then round out your back like you're hollowing the belly. Pull your chin to your chest. You're here for 3 breaths. Push through the standing heel. 2 and 1. Lower the fingertips to the ground. Keep your left hand planted. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Drop onto the back knee. And shift your weight forward, coming all the way forward. Either stay here, or there's the option to reach back for your left ankle, so bending the knee, reach your right hand back, reaching towards to get a stretch in the quad. Otherwise, you're right here, bending into the front knee. And take one more breath in. Exhale, release the foot. Hands plant on the floor, come back to a high plank. Low plank, squeeze your thighs, belly in, up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. You'll step your left foot forward into a high lunge. So coming all the way up. And again, working towards straightening the back knee. You'll bring your arms up into goalpost arms, spread the fingers wide. Everything is engaged. Lower belly is pulled in. Wrap your left arm under the right as you pull your arms together, so you're in eagle arms. And then reach forward, torso comes over the thigh. Round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest. Keep pushing through the ball of your back foot. Push through the heel of your front foot. On your next exhale, release both hands to the floor. And inhale, left fingertips reach up, twist open. Exhale, drop the left hand down to the mat, lower the back knee, and shift your weight forward, coming into that low lunge. Option to stay, or you're gonna bend the back knee, reach back with your left hand to get a quad stretch. Wherever you are, take one last inhale. And the exhale. Make sure both hands plant to the earth. Step back to your high plank as you breathe in. Low plank, breathe it out. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Look forward, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to the waist, step out to a wide-legged position. Have both sets of toes pointing straight forward. And we're gonna work our way to triangle. So turn the right toes straight out, arms extend as you reach forward. Drop that right hand to the shin, or if it's available to you and you have a big toe bind, reaching for the big toe. The most important thing is, so you don't want to drop the torso down. You want to keep yourself up. So if that means hand to the shin, that's fine. Keep pushing through the back foot. Rotate your top hip up. Tailbone wraps underneath of your body. Inhale, push through both feet to come up. Use your core, and you'll switch sides. Right toes turn in, left toes turn out as you reach and plant the hands. So just remember, one side could be different to the other, so that's fine. You can explore what it might feel like to grab a toe bind on this side. Just remember, rotate your top hip up and your tailbone underneath of you. On your next inhale, rise up, use your core, nice controlled movement. Turn both toes to point forward. Interlace your fingertips behind you as you straighten the arms, puff up the chest, bow forward. Nice and slow, controlled movement. Allow the strength of this pose to come from the ground up. So use your feet to strengthen up all the way up your legs into your hips. And then your upper back and your shoulders get the stretch. Keep your fingers bound as you rise up to stand. Press through the feet. And release. Hands come to the waist. Make your way to the top of your mat with your feet together. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank to low, lowering all the way down. And then you'll come up into Sphinx pose. So up onto the forearms, making sure the elbows are underneath of your shoulders. Spread your fingers nice and wide and begin to pull the mat back towards you. Spread across the collarbone as if you were pulling your heart through your shoulders. And we'll just begin by taking a couple of gentle neck movements. So raise your chin just a little bit. On your exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Inhale, you'll lift the chin, keep pushing firmly through your forearms. Exhale, drop the chin to your chest. Return to neutral. Take your gaze over the left shoulder. Back to center. Over the right shoulder. Back to center. One more to the left. Center to the right. Center. Good. And then lower all the way to the belly. You'll reach your fingertips back towards your toes. flip your palms so that they're face down on the mat. Bring your big toes to touch, and you'll inhale, lift the chest and legs. Keep your palms pressed into the mat. Breathe nice and deep in through your nose. Exhale, release. Let one cheek rest on the ground. Take a breath in and out. And then we'll come up into bow pose. So reach back for the ankles. If you cannot reach for the ankles, that's fine. You're just gonna interlace the fingertips and take this variation. Otherwise, reaching for the ankles, bend the knees and kick. So you're focusing on opening the upper back. If you're in this position, kick your feet back behind you. Take one more breath in. Everybody lower down. Rest your opposite cheek to the mat. And push yourself up all the way into a wide-legged seated position. So sit up nice and tall. Flex the feet so the toes are flexed up, kneecaps pointing straight up. You're gonna turn your torso over the left leg, draw the belly in, and begin to walk your hands towards the left leg. Check in, make sure both knees are pointing as straight up as possible, and then drop your forehead down so that you can relax through the upper back and neck. Walk yourself back up. You'll pull the right foot in so that the sole of the foot is lining up with the left thigh. Reach your left arm towards the left leg, and right arm comes up and over. Find a comfortable gaze so you can look up, straight ahead, or down at the ground. Inhale, you'll come all the way up. Exhale, straighten out the right leg. Turn your torso towards the right leg. Check in with both legs, the knees pointing straight up, and walk it forward. Relax your head towards the right shin. Come back up to center, pull the left foot in to the right thigh. Keep that right leg straight and active as you send your right arm long against it. Reach up and over. So think about pressing both of your sitting bones, so the bones underneath of your glutes, firmly into the ground. That will help engage your core and keep you active in this pose. A lot of times when we do these poses, we want to kind of slouch, our posture gets bad, but really think about keeping your spine long, keeping your breath flowing in through the nose and out through the nose. Your next inhale, come all the way up through to seated, and you'll come to bring the soles of your feet together. So make sure it's comfortable for you. If you feel any pinching in the knees, you can prop them up with pillows. And then once you found a good position, bring your thumbs to the insides of your feet like you were opening the pages of a book. And begin to fold forward. You might be able to use the elbows on your inner thighs to guide your legs open. But just think about opening the feet and folding forward, chest dropping towards the insides of your feet. And come all the way up. You're gonna make your way onto your back. For bridge pose, so knees are bent, feet about hips width distance. And on your inhale, press into the center of both heels as you lift your hips up. We're gonna hold here. Stay breathing, don't hold your breath, just the pose. And make sure your chin is tucked, so no weight on your neck. On your exhale, you're gonna lower, but don't drop the seat to the floor. You wanna hover at about 2 inches, keep the belly in, and then inhale, lift back up. If it feels right, maybe interlace your fingertips underneath of you to walk your shoulders closer together. You'll get a little deeper upper back bend. Think about expanding your ribs outward as you breathe in and letting everything soften. Release your fingertips on the exhale. Roll your spine to the ground. We'll take one more bridge or wheel. So if you have a wheel, you'll plant your hands and then pushing equally into your hands and feet, rise all the way up. Otherwise, just do the same pose as before, bridge pose. You're not a better person for doing this pose. It just might feel good for your body. Take one more breath in. And exhale, tuck your chin, roll yourself all the way down to the mat. We'll take half pigeon on our backs, so cross your right ankle over your left and pull the knees in towards your chest. See if you can soften your shoulders on the ground. And I just want to let everybody know it's 10 o'clock now. We're going to go a little bit over. We started late, but if you have to check out, that's totally fine. Just want to give you a time check. Notice your breath. Notice the sensations that you're feeling in the right hip, the glute, maybe your hamstring. You'll release this side and switch to the other. So cross your left ankle over the right, flex the left foot, and then wrap around the right shin as you pull your legs close to you. And then just as a tip, sometimes if we're really tight in the upper back, it can be painful to try to jam our head towards the ground. So if you have a pillow, you could slide a pillow underneath of your head. That might relieve some of that tension. And release. You'll come into an inversion. So an inversion is when our hips are elevated higher than our heart. So you could take a block or a pillow and just slide it underneath of your hips, or underneath of your sacrum rather, and straighten the legs up. Or if you'd like, and you have it in your practice, to take a shoulder stand you could do that as well. We'll hold whichever pose you go into for 5 breaths. If you're in shoulder stand, make sure that you're really pressing into the arms, not the neck. And on your last breath, you'll lower the legs to the ground and then remove the block or pillow if you had that underneath of you. Bring the soles of your feet together so the knees can bend out to the side. Take one hand to your belly and one to the heart. Take a full breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Let it go. And again, inhale. Exhale. Return to your normal breath. Easeful breath. Straightening out the arms alongside your body and the legs out. Let the ankles roll out to the sides. Know that there's nothing left for you to do. And for a few moments, you can just be and receive the benefits of your practice. And begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, eventually making your way up to seated. And gently close your eyes, bring your hands together at your heart center, finding a final moment to offer gratitude to yourself for your practice. And we'll seal class and the energy we've just created with the sound of Om. Taking a breath in. Om. Thank you all so much for coming. And I'm glad everybody was able to join eventually.